Today we find out if I can get inside Albertson Stadium and walk onto Boise State's blue field. If we're just talking fields, this is the most iconic in college football. We got to make this happen. First entrance at this end zone is encompassed almost entirely by the athletic center. I see some people walk in, walk out, walk around it. I'm going to avoid it for now. Passing that though, passing Lyle Smith, and passing a super sick Bronco out front, I think this right here is a Hall of Fame museum we might be able to check out. I'm a few minutes behind closing time right now, but I've seen a few people just walk out. I might be all right. This looks very cool. Let's dive into here. 3 Fiesta Bowl wins out front and center, and the 3 teams they played, because who could ever forget that Oklahoma game? Here's Boise State's helmet collection, where I found out they used to completely rip off the Denver Broncos. The most pristine bobblehead collection I've ever seen in college football is over this way. A full Boise State NASCAR suit on display for our racing fans out there. RIP to the WAC, and RIP to the Mountain West. Right next to where Kellen Moore cut out, we have a history of the stadium. Love looking at these. It is remarkable how much Boise State has ramped up in the last decades here. Look at this stadium in 1950. That is a soccer field, my guy. Our most recent picture on here is from 2008. There's no way there's still a track around here, right? That's got to be dated. But I suppose that's our cue to find out, right? Door to get over to the field, right this way. We were right, there is no track anymore, but the sideline is noticeably further away from the stands in most places. The end zone is also definitely a different shade of orange than I thought it would be. It almost looks yellow. Like, look at the orange on the scoreboard right here, and then look back down to the end zone. This is not the same color of orange at all. As I'm looking around the stadium, it's pretty evident when Boise State was becoming a G5 juggernaut, someone looked at this place and said, we need more capacity now. Looking at these bleachers behind this end zone, and then also looking at these bleachers behind the other end zone and comparing them to the stone fixtures that are on the sidelines, they almost feel temporary. And that's not a dig, it's tasteful for what it is, but it just is very clear to me that this stadium became something that Boise State was never expecting it to be. And surprising to me, from this lookout point, we actually have some open walkways to get a deeper view of the stadium. I was fully anticipating trying to find a new spot to see the rest of the stadium. This is very welcoming. Like, just looking back through here, we still have remnants of that old track under the bleachers. As we keep walking around here, we can just go straight on the blue too. Let's knock that out while we have it. Little bit on the orange, little bit on the blue. This is a bucket list. I'm really pumped to check this one off the list. Concourse over this way next? Sure. Didn't even mention from the other side either. This is a massive, massive club and suite section they got right here. That's almost the same size as the entire upper deck. Looking very barren under here. Not sure we're gonna find too much. Got some old coaches posted up, a few classic memes. And past this mural, that's about all we're gonna have going on through here. And now we're on the field again to get to the other side. There's a healthy amount of people out here, and I've been able to mind my business pretty well. This has been easier than I was anticipating it being. Mostly because this is my second time trying to do this, and the first time I did not get on. But that was back in 2021 when I was just doing this for the love of the game. Are these gates open to get up here? They look like they'll be open. There we go. Maybe it's just because it's not dark and gloomy, but this homeside concourse looks a lot better than the roadside one. Nothing's open to really get a feel for, but you got barbecue, mini donuts, tapatio, a lot of options and concessions. This is great promotion for a graphic company. Shout out to the Muscle Hamster Doug Martin. We can size up with Buster Bronco right over here. Quick fun fact, not only is Boise State and Western Michigan both the Broncos, but both of their mascots is also Buster Bronco. And they look pretty dang similar. I have no issue with both being the Broncos. That's a pretty common team name. But that mascot name, as a Western Michigan alum, we might have to play for that one. I might need that home and home. But as we're wrapping things up in the concourse, here's the elevators to go up to the club. Let's see if we can make it happen. I don't think we can. I'm tempted to use the stairs, but these signs are scary. Yeah, I'm not even 100% confident that's gonna have opening doors up top. That looks sweet. That's a bummer. We'll head to the very top and get one shot from there instead. And we very much needed to do this because I have not given the view in Boise, Idaho justice at all. Look at that. They got the graphic up already. Crazy. Actually, now that we're up here, this chain is undone that might get us into the club section. We might be able to backdoor this one. This is why we get the extra steps in, ladies and gents. At the very least, we're getting a decent glimpse of the Ford Bronco zone. Another fantastic way to advertise. I'm getting one more shot behind the end zone right here too. Even the first one didn't do it enough justice. I have been known to tell people since my first time going here, Boise is one of the most underrated cities in the country. But I also think the general population is pretty pissed about people moving here, so don't tell them I said that. Here's the only door I've seen. Maybe? Yes? Great. I think there's a few people through this way. We're gonna start up. We have made it to the Double Ranch Club. This recording of a press conference while I'm in the conference room is kind of tripping me out, not gonna lie, but I think we have it to ourselves. It's not a recording, it's live right above me. That was fun while it lasted. These steps are super steep too. I feel complete at Albertson Stadium on that. I go by the name of G-Fed, Boise State. Appreciate y'all.